It's 11:51 a.m. Saturday, February 25th. Oh, wow, I thought it was Sunday. Let me put out the cigarette. The sun is out. Today's a really nice day again. I think I'm gonna go out today. I was gonna go yesterday, Friday night. I realized what it was. Yesterday was Friday night, and I called my friend, and I was like, oh, let's get some coffee. I just want to go outside, sit outside. I've been finding a delight. I've been finding an enjoyment of just being outside because I've just been sitting at home for the past few days, kind of for it's just been eating me alive. Just too much stress, and I realized maybe it was a bit naive for me to do what I did with the Russian mission. I mean, I thought about this. I don't know what the best decision to do about Syria from the international community, because the sad truth is, looking back at Iraq, looking at Afghanistan, looking at Egypt, it's just didn't work out the way that maybe in the future it could be looked back and said that, well, it was a good idea. There was a lot of trouble, there was a lot of pain, there was a lot of deaths, there was a lot of but now look what we have. So hopefully that will be the case in the future with those three countries. I was looking at some of the video footage that's available that CNN has about some of the people and some of their own personal amateur footage that they capture, and some of the more personal, I guess, video of some of the journalists that need to be evacuated. And it just seems like there's a whole massive things that are happening in Syria. And I was looking at some of the people, and I'm afraid to even say this, that it's all just for the Muslims to take power, like how they supposedly the Muslims took power of Egypt. And it's really hard to say. Like, is it just all, I don't know, like a trick to exploit people, so people will come in, help, and then this I don't know, this Muslim radical organization takes control of the country. It's so, like, religion is, I don't religion should not be in government. It should not. Religion is just a facet of one of a person's many facets of lifestyle. Right? You believe in this, okay, you believe in that, okay, you believe in that, you don't believe in anything, okay. It should not be about, just it should be protected, and everybody should have the right to believe in whatever they want to believe in. But so I've been feeling a little, just all a little discombobulated emotionally and mentally. I've just been feeling really very, very, very estranged to even myself. And I'm watching right now, there's a lot of wind and some things are flying around. I see like a huge umbrella just out flying. Actually, it's pretty funny. I'm looking at it right now. It's like stuck on the roof of someone's house. It happens like that. I've noticed that over the years. The transition between winter and spring, where I live, uh, there's a lot of wind between the transition. There's usually just a lot of wind in the spring, and there's a lot of wind in the fall. And I don't know. I don't know too much about science and nature to explain it any more than just my personal observation of it. Um, I've been playing a lot of Heroes of New Earth, but I've been slowly, very slowly, been updating my Heroes of New Earth content that I have still stored on my computer little by little, and getting it rendered and getting it put up on there. I've been thinking yesterday, I was looking at some of the things on Craigslist. I saw some ideas, first of all. Well, first of all, there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there's a handful of people who want to start like a full-blown, I guess, a film production studio, and it's like, oh, we need like 30 people, we have nothing to pay you, but we have this idea. And I just saw how the message was written, and it was just very, very unprofessional. And there's a lot of again, a lot of requests for students to, hey, you come help us with this and this and this and this and that. We can't pay you, but we'll give you a copy of what we do, and you can use it on your resume. It's all there. But and then I saw some. It got me thinking. I saw some advertisements for, I guess, for companies or other, I guess, film production studios, or I'm not really sure what all the terminology of all the names are, of I guess actors. And I saw this one. I might email them. They need like a model for a clothing brand. I thought about emailing them, and something occurred to me, like I'm comfortable talking to in front of a camera, looking at a camera. Naturally and genuinely, I've caught myself just the camera managed to catch me in my natural and genuine thought of expression of just what, when I look back to it, of just it might be wrong to say, but or just weird to say, but of just a loving person. I don't know, just the way I look at it sometimes. Of course, if I look back a few years ago, it's like, oh, ooh. But it's part of life. It's changed. It seems like it's just a record that's gonna keep repeating itself. But that's the thing. Yeah, I wish I was more positive then, or at least I was more, I don't know. Because I mean, if I look back, nothing really significantly changed in my life. Just my perspective on life changed. Just the way I see things, and the way that now or maybe I've learned to harness the skill, or just found a strength in being in a negative position, being in a negative situation, and just finding the best in it, and not focusing so much on the negative aspect of it, but focusing on it's little, but the little positive aspects of it, and making them better, and making them stronger, and making them, I guess, even though they're little, making them outweigh the negative. I've been thinking about music too. Music is very good. I've been finding a lot of peace and a lot of enjoyment listening to music. No doubt in my mind, there's still a lot of work to do on my part I guess as a person, to my own personal growth, not this. This, of course, there's a lot of work to do as well, and I continuously create more work for it indirectly, but like some of the more pressing things that I have to attend to, I guess, or I have to complete my Skyrim playthrough. I have some very interesting, I have to, with some of my heroes of newer playthroughs, I would need to, I guess, address some of the other heroes that I might have uploaded that are not good enough, or I just simply do not have so I need to get to them. And then somebody can ask me the question, why would you be wasting so much of your time for this? And if it's like, oh, yeah, you might have a couple of people who might be interested in this and might watch this, but it's only a couple of people, and the time you spend in it, it's just but it's just a start. That's how I'd answer that. You have to start somewhere, and you have to start somehow. You don't start something and then, I mean, I guess in a few unique situations, I guess, yeah, you can start to do something in life, and then you would just find immediate success. But I think in most cases that's not true, and you just have to continuously be at it, working at it, working, and making it better and making it better, and it doesn't matter what it is exactly. But I think that's not a secret, but it's just maybe that's the reality of it. I didn't shower. I just woke up. I didn't do my hair. But the place that that particular with the model, they wanted a model. I was also thinking, um, I'll explore a few, but and I guess pitch them my idea and pitch them myself. And the very least, I mean, if they say no, or they're not interested in me, or I don't qualify, well, the very least is I try, and the very least is, well, they'll know that I exist, and I'll be referencing to some of my previous work to them, and that's something they might be personally interested outside of work, because I'm not. This is a personal. This is a personal thing that I do, where one aspect of this is a very personal thing to me. I might have said this at some times, but I just I know there's a lot of people out there who are in pain, who are alone, they have problems in their head or in their social life or just family life, and I know a little bit about that, so I wanna. It's I don't know. It's okay. I just wanted to, I guess, do it that you say that it's okay. There's other people like you, and it's something that, yeah, if you're in that position, it might be very hard to see, but I think later in your life you'll come to understand that, and you'll be able to turn that into positive because of what that experience put you through. It would make you a little bit more. I don't, not make you, but well, for the very least, you'll be able to know what are maybe. Well, for the very least, I think a person like that would be a very good parent because of all the things that you experienced and saw that were wrong, but that for you to at one point when you have your child, maybe to, I guess, say you don't want that to happen to them, and you know exactly what it is. So you do, or you make a very good effort for them not to experience that, and that's the good in it. Soon that tree that I'm looking at is gonna be full of green leaves. I'll show it to you. Oh yeah, so about the hair cutting thing. Yeah, I want to kind of cut my hair. I don't know how, but it's I think it's long enough for me to cut it anyway. That would be good. But I've always had this problem of I guess a skilled, a competent, a creative, I guess a decent person that cuts hair that could, I guess, feel what they're doing and try to feel how I want it and or just make it happen for me. I've always had trouble with them making it so where I would look at myself in the mirror and look at what they did, where I feel comfortable and I feel confident about it. Basically, confident because it's just otherwise I feel like I'm looking at like ugh. And also, I was gonna tell them two conditions if if they would be interested in something like that, and if they want to capture a more happy me. Not like that, obviously. Again, it's not something that I could easily stage or act on. It's something that naturally just comes. Anyways, I'll keep that short. I'm gonna get myself together. I'm just gonna go outside. Yeah, I'm gonna go outside, I guess, just get some fresh air, set my virtual up to render some more Heroes of New York. So once I fully complete that, I'll be able to sit down and continue my Skyrim playthrough. And of course, I've been also thinking about creating an intermediary part to it, where I wanted to share some of my opinions on the game studio that's behind Skyrim, and if somebody's been kind of following this a little bit, they would understand that I think there is something wrong with them, or at least there's something that they're neglecting as a company. And unfortunately, it's a sad truth, but the sad truth is, if the United States needs to be, or wants to continue to be on this path of, I guess, the great country of the world, where the greatest ideas come from, where everything is pioneered, then companies need to be held to their highest standard, just like how Google proclaims itself to be, that it needs to be continuously held to the highest standard. And one important thing that just came to mind that I wish I should have shared earlier, but I looked into more of that Senator Ensign, who was a veterinarian who was in Congress. He had an affair with some woman, and then at the same time he tried to get her husband this lobbying job, and it was just all a mess, and he resigned over it because he morally and he messed up. It's something you should not do and you cannot do, because that's and he goes, yeah, he messed up, he agreed to it. This is what he said. I was blown away by it. And he went, I thought I made an effort to surround myself with people that would hold me accountable, and if they see me doing something very, very wrong, they will say, hey, you have to stop doing this because this is wrong. And he said that, like when you become, as you go through that system, you naturally gain a lot of power, and with that, it corrupts you a little bit, because you get too, I guess, too confident of yourself. You get too esteemed of yourself, where you feel like there's nothing wrong that you can do, and you have the right to do anything you want to do. And he said he made a very big effort to surround his life with people who would tell him if he does something wrong, basically, who were decent people. And I guess he goes, well, I guess maybe at some point, maybe some of them felt afraid to tell me something, and that's how it happened. And he gave advice. He said that, like, yeah, if you people to want to go in that position, make an effort to surround yourself with people that are going to hold you accountable, and when they see you doing something wrong, they're going to say, hey, slow down, think about this, don't do this. Because if he had people like that, he wouldn't have done that. And it's just, it's something like that, sex, money, well, let's just say sex for men, for guys. Yeah, we're susceptible to that. More, I guess, than women and girls. I guess, I think, because of just our human nature. I don't know, but it just seems that way. That, and it just seems that way in, I don't know. I don't know what the start to that is. Maybe it was like that from the start of life. That men are just um, more. Well, their sexuality can take hold of themselves more than, and their brain cannot hold, control. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't have any way of explaining that. Okay. Just wanted to share that last part.